Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Hafal bin Abdul Wahab. My message number is 01 DKA 22F 1113. Today, my group will present about differentiation. So, differentiation is a method of finding the derivative of function. Differentiation is a process in math where we find the instantaneous rate of change in function based on one of its variables. The most common example is the rate change of displacement with respect to time called velocity. So there are three basic derivatives that we must know. The first one is algebraic function. The second one is trigonometry function, and the last one is exponential functions.
Hello, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Zahsan bin Muhammad Zakir. My message number is 01 DKA 22F 1140. Today I want to present about explain of application in real life. So first is business. Business can be related to this derivative function. This is because this is the most common application of derivative of differentiation is when data is computed on a graph on a data table like an Excel sheet. Once there is an input, one can calculate the profit or loss by means of derivative. For example, like forex. So next is mediation. For example, calculus is a quicker mathematical tool for analyzing drug activity quantitatively. Differential equations are utilized to relate the concentration of drug in various body organs over time. In addition, integrated equations are often used to model the cumulative therapeutic or toxic outcome of drug in the body. For example, two is defibrillator. So last but not least, a video game. The graphic engineer use integration and differentiation to determine the difference and change of three dimension model and how they will change when exposed to multi condition. This helps to create a very realistic environment in 3D movie or video game. For example of video game is Tekken and FIFA. So that's all about my presentation. Thank you.
Is Sharif Naramin bin Sharifuddin, and my next number is 01DKA22F1125. So I would like to continue our presentation today. So for our first question, we choose 3x cubed minus x squared plus 5. For the first step that we need to do is to find the first differentiation. So here I have a calculation it. So we get 9x squared minus 16x. After that, we factorize it, and then we got our answer. So then, after we factorize it, we need to find the x stationary point dy per dx equals to 0. So it's very easy. From our factorization, we got x plus 0, and then we equals it with 0 because why? Follow the formula dy per dx equals to 0, and then for x plus 0 equals to 0, we get x equals to 0, and after that 9x minus 16 equals to 0, and we got x equals to 16 per 9. So after we find the value of x, we replace the x in a y. Such an example, x equals to 0. So the y we got is 3x cubed minus x squared plus 5. we just replace the x and y, and we got the answer is 5. Same with the x equals to 16 per 9, and then we calculate it, and then we got the answer minus 833 per 243. So then, therefore, stationary point is 0, 5, and 16 per 9 minus 833 per 243. After that, we need to find the second degree differentiation. So same to the first differentiation, we just need to 9 times 2 x squared minus 1 minus 16 times 1 x power of 1 minus 1, and then we calculate it, we get the answer 18x minus 16. At the point x equals to 0, d square y per dx square equals to 18x minus 16. So we just put the value of the x equals to 0, and then we get the answer equals to minus 16. Minus 16 is smaller than 0, so it's a negative value. So we got the maximum point, and at the point x equals to 16 per 9, d square y per dx square equals to 18x minus 16. We just need to, same to the first, we need to put the value of the x 16 per 9. So we get the answer 16. 16, the value is bigger than 0, so it's a positive value. So we got the minimum point. After we find all the calculation, then we need to sketch the graph. So at this slide, we got the shape of the graph. So the first shape, we got the sad face. Yeah, sad face. And then we got the smile face, and then
My name is Zarizma Mizanok Bandi. My metric number is 01DKA22F1147. Today I'm going to present to you guys about the solution of this question. We choose the question G. The question G is about 4x power of 3 minus 2x power of 2 minus 5x plus 1. So first we must do the differentiation. We must use dy over dx. dy over dx is equal to 4 times 3 x power of 3 minus 1 minus 2 times 2 x power of 2 minus 1 minus 5 times 1 x 1 x power of 1 minus 1 and plus 0. Why we should minus 1 at every power? This because the power at the first power we has just bring it to the front. So that's why we should minus 1. So the answer will be 12x power of 2 minus 4x minus 5. After that, we should factorize it. The factorize it will be in the bracket. In the first bracket, it will be 6x minus 5. In the second bracket, it will be 2x plus 1. The next slide is about at the stationary point. At the stationary point, dy over dx is equal to 0. 6x minus 5 equal to 0. So we must move the minus 5 to become a positive. It will become 6x equal to 5. 6x is a multiply, so we can move to the right side to become a divide. So it will become x equal to 5 over 6. The next factorization is 2x plus 1 equal to 0. 2x equal to minus 1. This is because before minus 1 become a minus 1, it is a positive 1. So if he move, he will be the minus. So we also can move the 2x. 2x is multiplied, so if we move to the right side, it will become a divide. So it will be x equal to minus 1 over 2. The next slide is about replace in x in y. X is equal to 5 over 6. 5 over 6 is we get from the stationary point that we just answered. So y equal to 4x times 3 minus 2x times 2 minus 5x plus 1. So is equal to 4 in bracket 5 over 6 power of 3 minus 2 in bracket 5 over 6 power of 2 minus 5 in bracket 5 over 6 plus 1. So after calculate, we will get 125 over 54 minus 25 over 18 minus 25 over 6 plus 1. So we still can calculate. So the total, it will become the minus 121 over 54. The second stationary point is x equal to minus 1 over 2. So we must rewrite the question that it 4x times 3 minus 2x times 2 minus 5x plus 1. The next is we must find the second degree differentiation. Using dy over dx, we must differentiate the 12x power of 2 minus 4x minus 5. In this differentiate, dy dx will become 2 power of d power of 2 y minus dx power of 2 is equal to 12 times 2 x power of 2 minus 1 negative minus 4 times 1 x power of 1 of 1 negative 1 minus 0. The final answer will be 24x minus 4. The next slide is about at the point x equal to 5 over 6, we must use the second degree differentiation. D power of 2 y over dx power of 2 equal to 24x minus 4 is equal to 24 in bracket 5 over 6 minus 4. The final answer for this is 16. So 16 is bigger than 0, so it will be positive. It will be minimum point. The second is at the point x minus 1 over 2, we still use the second degree differentiation. D power of 2y over dx power of 2 equal to 24x minus 4 equal to 24 in bracket minus 1 over 2 minus 4. This will be minus 16. Minus 16 is small than 0, so it will be negative, so it will hit the maximum point. after we calculate all the question and we get all the answer, we have been sketch the graph and we get this shape of the graph. So this is the shape of the graph that we get. The summary. The summary is a derivative in calculus is the instantaneous rate of change of a function with respect to another variable. Differentiation is the process of finding the derivative of a function. The derivative of a function is the same as the slope of the tangent. The derivative function is also can be used in the business to draw a graph.
The ordinary objects you see, the stoplights, speedometer, airplanes, these all have something similar. Guess what? It's the application of the calculus topic, derivatives. But what is a derivative? Derivative is a function which gives the slope of a curve, that is, the slope of the line tangent to a function. Maybe this definition is still quite confusing, so let me show you another example. This example is the most common application of derivatives, business.
For an instance, you started a small business in a town where people craves for one thing, cupcakes. It is the first day of your business, a person finally bought a cupcake. We shared about it. And now, the others have heard about it too. Within the next days, the number of cupcakes you sold grew uncontrollably, starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, until it reached a gazillion million cupcakes. And take note, each of these cupcakes cost $10, which means a gazillion million cupcakes sold, a gazillion million dollars earned. However, after a while, you notice that your revenue is decreasing, but you sold a lot of cupcakes, right? So you asked your staff for a report. You were impressed by the growth you see in the graph of your sales. Where did all your earnings go? Is someone stealing your money? The answer is no. Maybe you weren't considering other factors like your milk is being imported from a town far away and one transportation costs a lot. Therefore, making more cupcakes would cost you a lot as well. So, let's look at the sales report again.
As mentioned earlier, derivatives defined as dy over dx is the equation which gives the slope of the curve of the tangent line of a function. The slope gives you an idea on the marginal cost of producing an additional cupcake. The numbers on the x-axis show the units you produced and the y-axis shows the profits you gained.
Let us take for example the equation c of x is equal to 2,500 minus 10x minus 0.01x squared plus 0.0002x cubed, where x is the number of cupcakes produced and c of x is the cost of producing x number of cupcakes. If you want to figure out the cost of producing 200th cupcake, for example, you cannot simply substitute 200 to the equation because that is the cost of producing 200 cupcakes and not the 200th cupcake. You want to compare the marginal cost of producing the 200th cupcake and the 300th cupcake in order to figure out how many cupcakes you should produce to gain more revenues. So with the equation given, you will have to derive the function and compute for the values of the derivative.
So in order to produce the 200th cupcake, it will cost approximately $10. However, remember that you're only selling the cupcake for only $10. So at this point, you didn't gain any profit. On the other hand, to produce a 300th cupcake will now cost around $38, which is $28 higher than the original price you sell your cupcakes. In this case, you didn't earn any profit. At the same time, you also spent your money on your bank. Now you know that as you increase the number of cupcakes you produce, the greater the marginal cost. With the gathered information, you will now have to evaluate the potential revenues and losses you may encounter if you decide on how many cupcakes you will produce. In that way, you may not only monitor the current state of your business but also decide on whether you will increase your production or not.